What is going on YouTube and Weight Loss Warriors? It's your boy C-Dub and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about an important topic, body dysmorphia, and how it's impacted me on my weight loss journey and how it may impact you. And I'll be back right after this. What is going on YouTube and Weight Loss Warriors? I'm back. It's your boy C-Dub. And if you've never been on my channel, I lost 125 pounds eating just one meal a day. And today I want to talk about body dysmorphia and what it means. And we hear it every now and then dropped in the weight loss community. We mainly hear it about females, but I think this impacts everyone equally. It certainly impacts me. And so I kind of want to give an idea of what it is, and there's kind of different types of it a little bit, and just talk about it and how it happened to me in my journey. But ultimately, body dysmorphia comes at you in different ways. So one of which is that you don't see yourself the way that you really look. And I think that's the kind of way that it's impacted me the most. And then the other way is obsessing over your body and taking it to the next level to where you see small imperfections like scars or different things and you think they're just these huge problems with yourself. And that one doesn't maybe affect me as much as the first. But I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of background and how this has crippled me in a way early in my journey, before this journey even started, in my original weight loss journey. And if you don't know anything about that, when I was about 17 years old, I was 260-ish pounds, and I was in my science class, and my science teacher was having us do blood pressure on ourselves, and the student I was working with ran a blood pressure on me, and he couldn't get a reading. He could only get the number 110, and so the teacher came in and intervened. She put me on she hooked me up and did it, and she said, "Oh Lord, your blood pressure is 180 over 110, and you're talking about a 16-ish, 17-year-old kid." And she said, "You need to go to the doctor immediately." So I called my dad at the office, which was a pharmacist, and I said, "Hey Dad, this is what's going on." And he said, "Hey, listen, your teacher's got this wrong. You've got to go to the CVS and stick your arm in the little machine." I don't think there were CVS's, but it was, the blood pressure machines back then. And he said, and if the reading's anywhere near that, go straight to the doctor. So I went to I think it was actually a grocery store. I did my blood pressure there, and it actually read worse. At that point, it was 180 over 120, and my heart was racing, and I just was like, oh my God, this is a problem. I went to the doctor. And long story short, I got diagnosed with high blood pressure, and the doctor basically said, "You've got to change your lifestyle or you're not going to see 30. So I started making some changes. One of the big changes was I got back into sports and got back into wrestling. Now the reason I gave you that whole big backstory is that journey, I ended up losing 100 pounds. And I lost 100 pounds, and I totally changed who I was, both as a physically doing physical fitness activities, working out all the time. I was in the gym, I was doing jiu-jitsu, I was wrestling, I was doing all these different things. But also, I changed my personality in a lot of ways. And a lot of that, I think, is due to body dysmorphia. And what I mean is, I lost 100 pounds and I had six-pack abs. I was big and strong, and I didn't feel it. I felt like I was still fat. And so I walked around as much as I could with cut-off sleeve shirts. I wore wife beaters. I was constantly always flexing and bragging and boasting myself because I needed reinforcement from other people that they were seeing the same thing that I saw in pictures, but I didn't see in the mirror. And that may sound weird, but I would see pictures and I would say, that isn't me. And then people around me would say, "Man, you look good today. Boy, you're getting strong. You're so buff." And that would make me feel like, oh my God, I am those things. And I'd feel good for a couple days, and I'd catch myself one day in the mirror and then say, wait a minute, that's not the same person they're talking about. And so that I went through that for a long time. And I can remember when I hurt my knee, I was probably 10 pounds over what I had weighed when I had my six-pack and was all that kind of stuff. I was still very fit at about 170 pounds. And I see pictures then, and I'm like, wow, I felt so fat. I'm telling you, I had just gained 10 pounds back, but I felt like I had gained it all back, and I felt like I had lost everything that I had worked extremely hard for, and I hurt the knee and the weight piled on. And then it comes the time that this time around, now I've lost 125 pounds. And so you would think, oh my God, you must feel amazing. And I absolutely do. It's the best thing that I've ever done in my life. I don't want to shortchange anything that I've done on this journey. But that doesn't mean that I still don't struggle with body dysmorphia and that I still don't have those issues to this day, because I absolutely 100% do. And it's one of the things that bothers me when people on social media question my weight loss. It really takes me aback and makes me start to question it. So when people start to say things, whether it be on Reddit or Instagram or here on YouTube in the comments, like, hey, can you step back and show your whole body? It makes me think, why do they want to see that? Have I gained weight in my face? Do I need to go look in the mirror? Is something wrong? Am I on the path to gain weight again? And I can remember removing myself from the scale now. Now I'm not weighing in weekly. I'm weighing myself probably monthly. And when I weigh myself, I am always leading up to that weigh and thinking, oh my God, the scale's going to say I gained 25, 30 pounds because I feel like I have, because that guy mentioned something on YouTube. And then you get on the scale and I'm not any heavier at all. And so now I kind of understand by my clothing where I'm at, because I have certain clothes that are tighter and certain clothes that are looser, so I can wear the tighter clothes and kind of get an idea that, oh, okay, you haven't gained any weight, you're still putting on your 32 pants. So I think that aspect of it helps me a lot, but I can never trust the person in the mirror. I can never look at that image and see what I really am. Now, when I look at photographs, I'm really a lot of times taken aback and confused, because I'm thinking that's not me. And I feel like I look great in photos. And people tell me all the time I look great, and that always helps in the issue. But that doesn't mean that deep down when I see myself, I'm feeling the same way. And a recent example of this is I decided that I would put myself on video showing my whole body, because a subscriber had requested that of me. And I can remember recording it and thinking to myself when I stepped back and I was looking at myself in the mirror, not on the camera, but in the mirror, and I was saying, you know what? This isn't going to go over well. You might have to edit this whole idea out of your video because you look super fat. And then I went back and I put the piece on to edit it, and I saw a normal person. And it wasn't the same person that was looking at me in the mirror. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I think it's something that we all struggle with when we've lost a massive amount of weight. I do not think it's just cut and dry that, okay, I'm here, I lost weight, now I can see myself as what I am. Because what happens to you is you've been a certain way for so long, it's hard to overcome that psychology and see yourself different. Another thought on it is that happens to me too spatially. I will see two things and I will say, well, I can't fit between those two things, and then I'll walk right between them. Or I'll see a certain seat or a table at a restaurant or something like that where I'll say, oh, well, there's no way I'm going to fit into that. And then I get into it easily. Or a roller coaster ride, I can say with my kids, oh God, I'm going to sit down and it's going to be pushing into my stomach, and oh, it's going to be so uncomfortable. And I get down and there's just inches and inches and inches of space. And I'm like, wow. And those moments definitely make you reflect and feel better about the situation you're in. But ultimately speaking, still in the back of your head, there is some form of that. So there's a lot of things that you can do, I think, to counter it. I think that there's therapies and there's different things that you can put yourself through, of which I have done none, and I'm not going to do any, because I understand ultimately that this issue is there and that I can face it. I understand that my clothing matters more, the numbers on the scale matter more. I understand that the person in the mirror that I'm looking at is never going to be as great in my head as they are. And you just kind of accept it and you move past it. But I know that I will always have a piece of me that sees myself as an overweight individual, and that's just part of it. But that's also a part of it that can connect me to what I was, and know that I don't want to go back to that point, and know that I'm here now too, and I can be more connected to you guys because I feel what you're going through when you are a morbidly obese person. And I know the journey because it never really leaves your heart. It never leaves your heart to a point too, so that you understand that even if I remember a dream, the chances are I'll remember the dream as I am overweight, which is an interesting thing because I kind of see myself in the dreams. It's the exact opposite of my knee. When I dream, it took me almost 20 years of being hurt to start dreaming that I was hurt in my dreams. Otherwise, I would be running and jumping and doing the things that I couldn't do with my knee replacements in my dreams. So I think the psychology sometimes takes a long time to catch up, and maybe there'll be a day, years down the road, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, where I do not perceive myself as overweight. But for now, it's just going to always be there. So if you're struggling with it too, know that it's common. Know that it's not just a female thing, that males suffer from it too. And if you're a female, know that it's okay too. Try not to compare yourself to the people on social media and the Instagrams and the different areas of the world. Understand that you're an individual and all of us have flaws, and we can hide a lot of those things on social media. So it's not something that you need to worry about or something that you need to get done. So just roll with the punches. Learn that you are okay. Keep losing the weight. Don't worry about the loose skin. Don't worry about scars. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just get healthy and get better. And if you are having major trouble with it, go see somebody that can help you, a medical professional that can help you with some therapy. All right, I appreciate all of you. I made it through this video in one take, no cuts. That's amazing, guys. Face is going to pop up right here. Click on it and subscribe. As you can see, other videos are going to pop up too. Stay a part of my channel. Show support and love. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope this helps you on your journey. Leave me a comment and let me know if it did. Talk to you on the next one. Peace.